Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hey, we're back. Yes, we are. You're with the Don Pierce Show, coast to coast. And today we got a special guest coming on here. Yep, we're going to be talking about the riots, of course. Why not? And he is a truck driver. And he's been putting up with this stuff. So we're going to have him on the show a little bit later here in the day. But, of course, it is Thursday. So guess who we got with us? Hello, buddy. How you doing today?
I am doing super fantabulous. I'm trying to make up a new word. Is it working?
Trying to make up a new word. Why do you want to make up a new word?
Super fantabulous. I think
super
it should catch on. Yes.
Why not? Are you having a super fantabulous day out there in Niagara Falls?
Right. I used to say salubrious, but people didn't know what salubrious meant. So now I just
well,
say
you got me. What the hell is that?
It just means super fantastic.
Oh.
Yeah,
you're being smart today. Yeah, you're being smart today.
It's nice to say salubrious to somebody if they ask you, well, how's things going? And you're like, oh, I'm just salubrious. And then they look at you like, huh?
I'm looking at you doing the same thing right now.
Exactly. And you know me.
Well, I try not to admit that.
Well, you're not the only one.
Well, I know. Hey, so Marc's coming on later, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and guess what? He wrecked his truck.
He did. I seen some photos of it. So
yeah, I sent them to you. Didn't I?
Yeah. So I mean, he wrecked his truck, but he wrecked his truck trying to avoid an accident. I would imagine, not causing it. Correct?
Well, of course, he's a professional.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You know, usually these things happen. Truck drivers get in accidents and they end up dying themselves because they're trying to avoid an accident being worse than what it actually is. Right?
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm kind of curious to, exactly what happened at the end of that, because someone did swipe him. So I don't know exactly what happened. Never really touched base. I had that little family emergency, so we canceled on him last week. So
right.
He's back this week, and we're working on next week, of course, for the future show.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Good news. Got that YouTube channel up, I see.
We do. We got that YouTube channel up and going, and we're going to be changing the name so it's easier to find. I think it will just be youtube.com/channel/Access Radio. But right now it's a whole bunch of numbers. We had to get up our followers before we could change it and make our own name. Now that we can make our own name, it's going to be much easier for our fans to find us. But so far, people have been finding it. They've been watching. We've got the Rob Georg. Rob Georg.
Yeah, you got me on
George, George, as they say in Canada and the U.S.
And you got to touch base on that because, we are now heard coast to coast, Canada, United States, UK. And are we still in Germany?
We're still on in Germany, yeah.
Holy man, we're just moving quite along.
Just this channel, though, not the other ones.
Oh, yeah, just the country channel.
Yeah.
Well, that's because I'm there.
Sure. That's right.
You didn't know what to say, did you?
I took the other ones off because, we weren't getting people listening to rock from Germany. So, maybe if we played more Rammstein or something like that, maybe we would. But right now, we're just playing the American.
Speaking of Rob George,
yes.
I was doing my thing this morning, and pops in Rob there on a live video feed on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
He got his award in the mail.
He did.
Breakout Country Artist of the Year. Yep, and we had him right here on our show. Talk to us a little bit, right? And right. You've got now that interview posted on YouTube.
The first part of that interview, yes. So it's a super long interview, as you know.
Yeah.
So we've broken it up into segments. The first part is on there. We're going to have him on again. He's actually doing a live show on Sunday. I don't know if you heard that or not.
Yeah, Father's Day thing.
Yeah, so I'm going to get on his ass about that because we need to broadcast that here.
Well, why not?
Right. Yeah. See, I mean, I'm a father. He's a father.
You know what? I know he's listening because he listens to our show. So I'm kind of just putting him on the spot here, aren't we?
Yeah, well, of course. That's the best thing to do is always put somebody on the spot.
Well, you just wait till Marc gets on here. Right. Professional YouTuber. You don't think I'm going to hit him up for some information about how we're going to grow this channel?
Yeah, well, I mean, as long as it's not shaking our ass, I can make some good money.
I don't want to see that. I don't even want to come close to seeing
I'm
that.
sure somebody would pay for it. I don't know who, but somebody would. I mean, there's a
Your
market for
wife
everything.
wouldn't even pay for it.
I know she would pay for me to put my clothes back on. Actually,
Yeah, well, yeah, I've been married a long time too. I know how that feeling goes. Anyway, Mr. Connor Myers was here last week. He's got a great new song, and that thing is just blowing up. You know,
it is, yeah, and he's going places, that boy, and you know, hopefully he got some good reaction out of doing our show. And,
well, we sure did.
Well, for sure. Yeah, we had lots of people coming on and people checking out Connor Myers' Facebook page afterwards and saying, "Good Lord."
Yeah, well, I kept telling
falling in
him,
love with the boy.
Well, you know what? I went through that, and I tried to explain that to him, that if he didn't have, country music never made it, he'd be okay with the Wrangler commercials, and he couldn't figure it out until I told him he had to go look in the mirror, because every girl in the country just went, wow. And he's kind of shy about that, right? But anyway,
Yes.
Let's do his new song right now while we're waiting for Mr. Marc to join us. What do you
Certainly.
think?
Sounds good.
Hey, in my car right here at Access Country and Access Radio, Mr. Connor Myers. You're dead. Okay, you're dead. You can talk. You kind of got a bad echo. I don't know what's going on there.
Is it on my end or your end?
I don't know. I'm not echoing, but you are. Sounds like you're in a tunnel. Is that?
Oh no, I got the stupid fucking air conditioning on right beside me. I can turn it off. Give me a second.
No, don't do that. Fuck, you can't hear it. You could just it's not the air conditioning. You got any complaints about the sound?
Nope. I got Mark saying, "Oh my God, this is a rated R station?"
Yep. I already warned him about the F-bombs and the big ones that we'll get fined for. So
yeah,
he's not a swearer type guy. He's kind of a PG channel. So everybody, because he's got a lot of women on his channel too, right?
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's what I just put into the chat. Not an R-rated, PG-13.
I should have put PG-16. God, I was just looking in myself in the camera there. I guess I should have shaved this morning. You too.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm gonna
pandemic
grow it out
week.
again. I'm growing it out again.
Yeah. And this Thursday show we're doing here together is getting kind of popular here. I got 3 emails about what the hell happened to you. Where did you go?
When?
I read 2 of them this morning. Want to know where sauerkraut in the morning is, coffee in the morning, and they want to know what happened to meatballs.
Yeah, well, meatballs. He's coming back. I think we're gonna do just 3 days a week in the evenings. So we'll see.
Jesus Christ, I didn't even pick another song. Fuck. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing here.
Oops.
Things on my mind, right? Yeah, and Lee thinks his life is tough. Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, the one good thing, I'm already bald, so that's not going to hurt me.
Yeah, there you go.
Fuck, I don't think I've ever seen your hair that long.
Oh, it's crazy. I told
Sherry.
Pretty soon you're
going to have to part it in the fucking middle there and turn into a hairband.
I've done it just for fun, just to see what it looked like. But I told Sherry that I got to get her to straighten my hair because it's getting so long.
Get a fucking straightener. I can imagine you doing it too.
Yeah.
Here we go. Well, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's fine. You're with Access Country and Access Radio at www.accessradio.ca/country-music. Pretty simple, eh? Man, that's difficult to get out in one breath.
Yes. I tried to make it as difficult as possible.
Hey, Uncle Charlie called me this morning. Madam Matunia is not here today.
Oh, so that means that we could just be jackasses.
I can be the biggest jackass in the world. I can be now.
Not
She's
that it
not
was going to
listening.
stop us if she was here.
Well, not really, but she is away today apparently, and anything that goes wrong, I'm to refer to you. But you become the friggin' boss now or something?
It's always the way it is. I'm always, if anything's wrong, it comes on me anyway, so it doesn't matter. I get yelled
So,
at the most. You guys get yelled at for about 30 seconds, and I get yelled at the rest of the time.
well, it's called being the engineer. When things
Uh,
screw up, it is your fault.
I guess if you say
Or
so.
mine for touching the wrong button on
Yeah,
this
well,
end.
that's usually the case, is that you hit the wrong button or you did something stupid. But we'll blame it on me.
Hey. I don't, what the hell is that? Something stupid.
Well,
I thought we agreed you weren't going to call me that anymore.
I didn't say you were stupid. I said
Oh,
you
okay.
did something stupid. There's a difference, right?
Yeah,
It's
I
where you
suppose.
put the emphasis.
Yep. Did you, have you ever met Mark?
Just briefly, through
Because
different
he's going to
channels
get you,
that
buddy.
we had before. Yeah, no, and
He's going to
I've
get
been on
you.
his or YouTube page rather a couple times and watched a couple of his live streams, stuff like that.
And he does some pretty good work.
Yeah.
Like he does these little B-roll things, little films he does.
Hmm.
Just little, like they're just like little mini movies.
Right.
And about trucking in his life and different areas where he goes. And professionalism, man, I just don't understand how he gets the time to do all this, because I know what you do, being the engineer and getting, trying to get this YouTube crap up.
Right.
And I shouldn't say that, should I? Shouldn't say crap, because it's not crap. Great
It's
interview,
stuff.
but
Yes.
stuff. But to me, you know what it is. It's that social media stuff, right?
Right.
Anyway, so it doesn't matter. But this guy does great work. But he's also a photographer, truck driver, father. Man, this guy, I don't know where he finds time, but you should check out his channel. Then, follow the storm on YouTube there. Mark Anthony Storm. Good show.
Yes. Yes.
Got a lot of good content. And he's, what I like about him is being an ex-truck driver. He's so positive about trucking. He doesn't have the negativity. And it brings a lot of limelight to the younger generation in trucking,
Right.
because let's face it, trucking's not what it used to be. It's
Yeah,
not.
there's not too many people that grow up thinking that they're going to be a trucker, and for whatever reason, I mean, it is a good paying job.
Well,
But
it supported my family 35 years.
yeah,
Well, before I got
and,
into broadcasting, like I was a truck driver 33 and a half years,
mm-hmm.
And then my health kind of took me out, and then I met you. And then we
Well,
kind of,
now that that things have changed a little bit with truckers being considered frontline workers, maybe
yeah.
there'll be a little bit less stigmatism, and more people will go be truck drivers as
Well,
they
there's a
get
lot of
older
people
and
that are
stuff.
turning into trucking, but yeah, pretty much. Well, I can't see you at all.
Okay. And
There you go. That's good.
There you go, a little Charlie Major for you. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. You're at the Don Pierce Show, coast to coast, and we've got the one, the only Mark Anthony Storm with us. Yeah, Mark, we just decided, hey, man, just got to bring you into the conversation. There's no sense in you texting sauerkraut and him, repeating everything when I can just get you right here on the show. So, how the heck are you, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while.
yeah, it's been some time now, and I can't believe a message just calling. Someone's calling in. Find that.
Yeah, good.
Hey guys, sorry about that.
It's
It's amazing. I should have did this on the iPad so that nobody can call me on there. And then it's like
Yeah.
why are people calling? It's like I became a star like overnight. It's like all of a sudden I was like, hey, I'm listening to you on Access. Don't call me right now.
yeah,
Yeah, no
hindsight's
kidding.
2020.
20. Yeah. Hey, anyway, buddy, we're in this riot conversation, as you know it, and like as a truck driver, and that's why I kind of got John here today. Like the whole world is falling to shits, and you guys are risking your lives going into these cities, and I just kind of wanted to get a truck driver's opinion on, like, how do you feel going into these places, man? Is it scaring you or what?
That's like like even with the accident, which we didn't get into that yet, but
We're gonna.
it's like it's scary at the moment, or when if you stop and think about it, it can be scary. But I don't dwell on things that would make me afraid. My thing is just keep focused on what you're supposed to be doing, and don't be distracted, because all it is distraction. And so
True enough.
even the riots are basically a distraction from what the whole thing is about. And so why would I allow myself to get distracted? I mean, I'm going to keep myself as far away from any roads or parts that go through like riot territory. If I can go around it, then I will. And I did have to do that. I actually went to Atlanta yesterday, evening or so. But I went around, 285 and
Yeah.
met the heart of it, in case there was anything going on. But the same thing was going on in Seattle when I had picked up about a week ago. It was right before the accident. Right
That's
before the
right.
accident, I was in Seattle, and I had to look while I was in California. I was looking at the map to see what area showed red around Seattle, and it was really close to where I was delivering to. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I don't really want to go through that. And I've seen, that video of the person like being ripped out of their truck, or
Yeah.
them jumping on this one other truck. I think it was a tanker or something. And
Yeah. You're right.
I'm thinking, oh my God, it's like what are people thinking? I mean, do you not realize, like, when you burn down the business, that might have been where your friend worked, okay? And now your
That's right.
friend is out of a job when everyone's already been out of a job for the past 2 or 3 months. Do you want to make it even harder, on each other? And so so people are not really thinking. At least the ones that are acting crazy and the looting and the larceny, and those people are just, they're completely lost their minds. And those are the same people that always fail. Those are the same
Oh,
people that will cry later on and say, oh, nothing goes, not, it's never good for me. Well, it's never good for you because you're always doing the wrong thing or at the wrong place, and you've put yourself there. You put yourself in this situation, and yet you don't realize how to climb out of it. Now, there is a little bit of an empathy, and I thought about this the other day. There's a little bit of an empathy that you have to feel, and that is that, understand, these people sometimes are so poor, they don't know any other way. It's like being uneducated, which it is, okay, uneducated. And so all they do is just go with the flow. They're just being led like sheep, to the slaughter, and they don't know any better. And it's a little bit unfortunate. And so I have a slight empathy, for them. But if it came down to it, the empathy is gone. If I was like in a situation, I would have to defend myself. But then again, it comes right back to they they are also using this opportunity with the riot, with the protest, not the riot. They're using the opportunity of the protest because they know that the police are going to be a little bit more lax, a little bit more relaxed, and not go after them. So it's like, well, let's go ahead and use this opportunity to go ahead and steal from this electronics store and break down these windows and steal all these purses and shoes. And it's like, you know what? It's all going to come back to you in the end. You think you're going to get away with it right now, but I not to push this on people, but I have a personal belief that if you go around stealing, God is watching, and he's going to, eventually, it's your life. It's walking around without a blessing, period.
I brought this up earlier, Mark, and I don't mean to lay this on you like that, but you're not a white guy. It's that
Mhm.
simple. So you're part of the visible minority group, and I'm not using that against you in any way because you're one of my best
Mhm.
friends. And
You're using this against me. I can feel it.
yeah, I know. I'm gonna hit you up now. But you've worked hard. You worked real hard to get where you did.
Mhm.
We've talked about your childhood and your past, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But it's to me now, it's becoming an excuse to steal. And this whole protest thing, they've lost the whole fight is gone now. To me, they just became
It'll lose it. Yeah, yeah. It'll lose. It will, and it can. It diminishes what the purpose of the protest is, because now, instead of people focusing on the purpose of the protest, now people are looking. This is what's going to happen. They're going to point the finger and says, "Look what they do. Look at how they
yeah.
are." That's what they're
And
all about. And other people are going
there's
to
a super
capitalize.
guy, there's a
Uh-huh.
superhero over there in your country that's about saying that all over Twitter. So,
Mm.
and we all know how
Oh
I feel
man.
about that guy.
I was just gonna say that, because there's a person there. Yeah, there's this one person on top that is going to use that and say that's the kind of people, that's the way they are, and that's why I'm blocking certain people from coming into the country. I mean, he puts it all into just like one giant ball, and it doesn't matter if you're Muslim, if you got color on you, period, you're one of them. And it's unfortunate because the people that are doing these riots don't realize that this is going to really affect the progress part, okay? The
Yeah.
positive progress that could have been made from this unfortunate, moment. This wasn't a good moment. The way he's like, oh, he's probably looking down on me from heaven, saying it's a good day. No, it's not, man. The guy's dead. You know, how's it a good day? He's gone.
Yeah, using it to his advantage when he can, and then obviously when it doesn't suit him, he's going to use it, you know, against other people as well, right? So that's
Yeah.
the way that he's been doing. I saw that one clip that you were talking about where he said he'd be looking down at me right now. No, he wouldn't.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
mean, the guy's not sitting up there in heaven saying, "Thank God I died. I helped so many."
Oh, that was a great day.
I
It
just
didn't hurt
became a
too.
martyr.
I've,
Yeah.
my neck is feeling much better now.
Yeah.
All
But
that pressure's gone.
what are you thinking about all these cops like hanging up their keys and saying, "Screw it, I'm not doing this no more"? You guys defend
I guess
yourselves. We're not protecting
yeah,
you no more.
yeah, I guess you know that there is a lot of fear. I remember when I was in law enforcement, and the one thing that I thought about was like if I'm on the street and if someone randomly from a rooftop or apartment building in a projects or something, you know, is aiming down on me, and just because of what I'm wearing, you know, the uniform,
That's it.
and even more so now because of this, because they're not even waiting to hide up. They're not hiding in the apartment building or on the rooftop. They're right there in your face, and it's not one, it's many. And so the police, this is a really tough situation. But the thing is that here's the thing, is that people need to realize if you're going to commit a crime, then there is a punishment for the crime. The person that just they just shot him in the back 2 days ago, and
Yep.
now I can tell you right now that was a mistake or that was wrong. That was 100% wrong. You cannot shoot a person in the back when they're running away. I think there's like it falls whereas if the person is a convicted felon, okay, and you know this, okay, and they're running, I think you can actually shoot at them, but don't hold me to that. But this person is just someone that they stopped, I think, for driving while intoxicated, and but he brought on the problem when he decided to resist and fight back. Don't do that. Don't fight back. If they tell you, stand there, we're going to detain you, we're putting these cuffs on you, we're going to take you in, then let them take you in, and that would be the end of it. But because that guy escalated his own problem into a worse situation, and maybe he was thinking in his intoxicated mind, I'm going to be on 2020, when this is over. Yeah, you're on
Yeah, pretty
2020
close.
because you're dead.
Sometimes I wonder though, like are the other cops, are they acting in fear? Are their reaction is because of their fear inside, of what's going on, and because they don't know. I was watching a video just yesterday, actually, of a young female officer that stopped at a McDonald's to get something to eat, and decided that she wouldn't eat that because fear inside her, just something in her gut said, somebody put something in my food in there because I'm a policeman. And they shouldn't have to live that fear as far as I'm concerned. And that's kind of what the topic I was going to bring up. You were in law enforcement, as an ex-cop, like, would you be hanging up your keys or would you still be out there protecting us? Let's face it.
I think if you seriously care about where the country is going, then you stick, you stay in the fight. But you also now you have to be even more vigilant and careful of the steps that you make and decisions that you make even more so. But I mean, one of the things that you can do is have an olive branch, in front of you, and showing people the goodness about your, I think it was like about a week or two ago when they had officers that were on their knees next to the protesters. Might have been Houston. Houston's chief of police. Houston's chief of police had a very scathing thing to say about Trump. And then on top of that, I think he also participated in something, but in a positive way, to bring the peace. And that's the issue. That's the problem, is that Trump keeps on exacerbating. He keeps on making it worse.
Antagonizing.
And yeah, he's making things so much more worse. He's the one that's causing the police to get killed. It's because he's putting this fire, flaming it more and more and more. And it's like when things start to, settle down and get peaceful. And personally, I think what he's doing, and this is my personal opinion, and the world may hear this right now, I think what he's doing is he's trying to set up so that he can do martial law. Because if he enacts martial law, you cannot have an election. He's trying to stop the election. That's what I feel. If he can,
Yeah,
because
well,
he's yeah.
we kind of got that kind of shit going on up here too in Canada. We got this prime minister here thinks that he can just make laws and put them into, we just had a major gun law come into effect without a vote. Can you imagine that? He just decided that.
Yeah,
go ahead,
sorry. He has no proof on, or he's no knowledge on the stuff that he's banned, and the proof of it is that paintball guns were actually banned in this assault rifle ban that he's made. And what was the other thing that they banned? Oh,
my shotgun.
Yeah, and two websites and a shotgun.
They banned paint guns.
Yeah,
saying that they were semi-automatic assault rifles is what they said, but it's a paintball gun. So there was no actual scientific data that was put into it to say that these guns are actually assault-style weapons. They just said, okay, this looks like an assault-style weapon. We're going to ban it.
It's banned. Yeah.
Maybe he saw that YouTube video, which was meant for kids, and that's why YouTube got sued. But there was a YouTube video where they showed these people sitting on a couch, and they I don't know what the funniness about it was at first, but they ended up putting hoods over them, covering all and they're in white sheets, and they end up putting hoods over their head. And then suddenly, the gun gets loaded, but it's a paintball gun, and they start shooting the people, and you see the blood, but it's the paint, splattering on them.
Yeah.
And because of that video, that caused that issue with YouTube about a year and a half ago, where YouTube decided to, it's with the children, that you cannot, if you put up a video that's for children, you have to acknowledge it's for children. Otherwise, you have to let them know no children intended. And I do that to all my videos. I have to let them know this is not for children, even though my videos are clean. But I don't want to have an issue where a child was watching it and my video is listed as for children when it's not. It's a grown up channel, but I keep it clean just in case your child is sitting next to you.
And that's the thing about social media, like it's accessible by anybody. And like even with the you see the protests and everybody's got their opinion about what's going on in the world, with YouTube. And we're going to get into your YouTube channel here, now that you brought it up, like you use YouTube as your trucking forum, your Corvette forum, and it's not that easy. People think that you put up a video on YouTube and you make $1 million.
I have to interrupt you really quick. I want to know, am I sitting sideways or correctly with you guys? Or I need to turn my...
You're sitting sideways, yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of looking kind of.
Because you guys were sideways, and I was thinking that there's something wrong with you.
There you go.
Yeah. Now you're right.
I was doing it in HD mode. You guys are doing it in iPhone mode.
Yeah, I don't know what mode I'm in. That's his department, Mark. That's his department. As long as I can see your face, I can see your face and hear you, I don't give a shit. Okay, that means it's working.
I just wasn't sure if it was your the holder for your phone or something was messed up.
Yeah, no, I purposely turned it because I do that with all my videos. Like right before I press, like start the live chat, and so I save the picture, and then once I save, then I have to orient the phone correctly, and then I press begin, and it'll start in wide. And I one time, like about a week and a half ago, I pressed start while I was holding it like this, and I went to turn it. It's like it's too late. It's already locked. So what happens is it locks the orientation once you begin the program. Oh, so that's why. Yeah. So now I understand, but I'm on the same page with you guys.
Hey guys,
from being orange.
Can I interrupt here for a second?
Sure.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to interrupt here. I give a shit about this technical stuff.